For the first time ever, I have seen all 10 Best Picture nominees before the nominations were announced, and it is time to rank the Best Picture nominees from worst to best. I should mention, there's no real bad movie on this list. There's no movie on this list that I would call a bad movie. There are a couple that aren't my favorite that I didn't really vibe with or have gotten worse over time, but I enjoy them to a certain extent. They're all a net positive. There are a couple that are all-timers, and we'll talk about those in a little bit. But yeah, there's no movies that I would outright just call a bad movie, which makes a list like this really fun because I just get to talk about 10 good movies. So anyways, that's my spiel before we get started, and go ahead and put your ranking down in the comments below. Have you seen all of them? How would you rank them? Which ones are you excited to see that you haven't seen already? I'd love to hear your thoughts down in the comments below. All right, let's jump into this list. My experience with Train Dreams has been a really interesting one because when I first watched it, I actually enjoyed it quite a bit. I gave it an 8 out of 10. I thought the cinematography was stunning. I just found the movie really simple and sweet and beautiful. And over time, my thoughts on the movie have kind of gone downhill. Now, again, I wouldn't call this a bad movie. I don't think it's a bad movie, but I do think it's very generic and it just has not stuck with me in a positive way as time has gone on since I watched it. I mean, Joel Edgerton is fantastic. The cinematography, like I said, is stunning. It's really, really well shot. The music is really nice. It's a really good visual sensory experience, but I think as a movie, as a story, it could have been better. It could have done more to distinguish itself instead of just being a very kind of formulaic, feel good, life is beautiful kind of story. I just think there are better movies out there that capture this same tone, the same themes that this movie is trying to tackle. And that's not a knock on this movie. I just, over time, as time has gone on since I've watched it, I've felt myself missing something from this. And I want a little bit more out of this movie. You know what I mean? I don't know how much of a hot take this is going to be, but Begonia was not one that really hit on the level that I think I was expecting it to when I first watched it. I do think there are some great ideas and themes. I think the way that this connects to the modern political landscape in our culture right now is fascinating and pretty well done. I just was missing a lot of subtlety. It feels like there's not a lot of that here. It's just saying, hey, here's this type of person that you know. Here's this type of person that you know. And the ending doesn't really do much to bring in any sort of subtlety or nuance in the conversation I think it's trying to start. It's just saying, hey, look at our world right now. Look at where people are at right now. Look at what people are doing. And it's just, this is not my kind of movie. I do think Jesse Plemons brings an all-timer performance here. He is incredible in this movie. And it is a shame that he didn't get nominated, even though everybody in that Best Actor lineup probably deserves to be there. I don't know who I would take out to put in Jesse Plemons, but he's phenomenal in this movie. Emma Stone, as always, is great. Yorgos Lanthimos is a great director. His films are shot so beautifully and so well done. The music is fascinating and interesting. But this is one I do want to rewatch in the near future. I haven't seen it since I saw it in theaters at the beginning of November, and so I'd love to watch this with some fresh eyes, maybe with a different perspective, see if I can get something out of it. But for now, this is kind of where I stand at that number 9 spot. I know every single cinephile is going to put this at the bottom of their Best Picture ranking, but I can't deny that I had fun watching this movie. I'm a sucker for a good underdog story. Is it very formulaic? Yes, but I don't know. I just had a fun time. I watching this in a movie theater in IMAX with the sound design, with the really stunning cinematography, with the great visual effects work, and it brings the whole experience forward a little bit. I think Joseph Kosinski is tapping into something really, really interesting with the theme of legacy as a director. He's made this, he's made Top Gun Maverick, he's made Tron Legacy even, and all three of those movies are so different, 2 of them actually being legacy sequels, but the way that he's portraying legacy and playing on this idea of legacy is really, really interesting and something I've kind of picked up as he's made movies throughout his career. I don't know, there's just something about it that's enticing me, that's drawing me in, and even something generic like F1. Like I said, I'm just a sucker for a good underdog story, and watching this in IMAX was a really fun experience, and I can't deny that. you want to talk about controversial in my rankings on my Best Picture nominees? Let's talk about Hamnet. Listen, I am not calling this movie a bad movie by any things. I'd actually say it's a great movie. I think it's really well acted and well directed and well shot and everything. My thing, it's kind of been a theme in some of the earlier reviews, and it will definitely be a theme going forward. I am a massive fan of subtlety, of subtle performances, subtle storytelling, and Hamnet has none of that. I'm sorry. Like, it's just a tearjerker. And you know what? If that's your thing, there's nothing wrong with that. You go ahead and cry your heart out. That's just not what I'm drawn to as a fan of movies, as a fan of stories who wants to feel something when he watches a movie. I just don't like things being sad just for the sake of being sad. And especially when you take a real tragedy like this, it just kind of feels like, okay, like it just comes off as really melodramatic, you know? Or I'm not saying the actual tragedy is coming across as melodramatic or over the top. That's not what I'm saying. I just think the way that this movie was constructed, the way the acting plays out, and the way that the story kind of plays out, it comes across as melodramatic. And that's just not what I'm drawn to. I like subtlety, especially in portrayals of sadness and grief. One of my favorite movies of the year, and we'll get to it in a second, is Sentimental Value. And I think that movie has so much subtlety and nuance and is so rich in how it portrays these themes of sadness and grief. And I wanted more of that in this movie instead of just Jessie Buckley screaming, crying, throwing up for 2 hours. You know, it's just, again, just not the kind of movie I'm drawn to. And I know that this movie is going to resonate with a lot of audiences. It already has. It's a tearjerker. It's going to make you feel all the emotions. And it's all well and good for that. It's just not totally my kind of movie. But it is a good movie. It is really well done. It's just not the type of thing that I would go out of my way to watch or would be necessarily interested in revisiting, you know? Okay, maybe we're not done with controversial ranking placements. I don't know. I loved Frankenstein. I thought it was great for a number of reasons. I mean, for starters, I did get to see this in a theater. I know a lot of people just watch this at home at Netflix, but I'm really glad I got to watch this on the big screen, and I actually got to see it in 35 millimeter as well, which was sick. It was my first ever 35 millimeter experience. It was really, really cool. But again, for a number of reasons, I think this movie is really, really good. First off, Guillermo del Toro obviously has a passion for this story. He has said for a number of years that this is the movie that he's always wanted to make, and you can see that. And he brings his distinct tone and vibe to this movie, and it works really well for this story. I also liked how the story was told, where you are locked into Dr. Frankenstein's perspective for a lot of the movie, and then it switches to the creature's perspective, and then you kind of have this moment at the end where their stories overlap and come together. I thought that was really, really interesting. Also, Jacob Elordi, man, holy smokes. I never would have thought that his casting would work as Frankenstein's monster, but it just works here. He is so good. It is maybe one of the best supporting roles of the year. I'm not even joking. I think he's that good in this movie. I don't know. I just think there's something about Guillermo del Toro's style and his tone that really works for this movie. And it brings a different energy to this portrayal of Frankenstein that we haven't seen before. And I think it works for the better in this movie. Alrighty, if we're going to talk about The Secret Agent, we got to go into film grain mode. I'm sorry, I have to. I can't help it. You know, it's fun. I think the best thing that The Secret Agent has going for it is that regardless of what you actually think about the movie, I think this movie does a really good job at sticking with you no matter what. And it's making you think about the movie, making you think about the themes, making you think about the stories long after you watch it. Again, regardless of what you actually think about the movie. I mean, so much has already been said about how good Wagner Moura is in this movie. He's incredible. His performance is a lot more subtle than I expected it to be, but I really, really dug it. I really dig what he's doing here in this movie. Also, I think this movie's style is awesome. I love how it feels like a sprawling 70s epic. It really, really works. I love the film grain. I love the wipe transitions. I love the jump cuts, how this movie is pieced together. It really, really works for this movie. I think the one thing that kind of held me back when I was watching this is the modern side plot. It wasn't something I was really vibing with for a lot of the runtime. And, anytime it cut away to that side plot, I was like, can we get back to the 70s? Like, can we get back to the characters we're following, the characters I care about? Like, it felt just kind of like a necessary interruption in the movie, but the ending really makes that storyline work. And the way that it ties in these themes of legacy and remembering the past, it really works. And so I do want to rewatch this at some point. Having that perspective, having watched the ending of this movie, I think that storyline will work a lot better for me. I also want to pick up on a lot of the subtle things that are going on in this movie. But yeah, I thought this movie was really interesting. Again, it stuck with me a lot. Wagner Morris' performance has really stuck with me. The whole supporting cast, which is so well casted, and I'm so glad this got a casting nomination, is phenomenal. And I want to pick up on all of the things. I really want to experience this again and see how it goes, because I think this movie is worth it and is trying to say really important things. Oh, it's time to jump back into it. Marty Supreme. Man, this movie's so fun. I love it. It's a great time. Like I said in my best of the year video, Timothée Chalamet, dadgummit, he's just on a completely different level in this movie. He taps into something I've never seen from him before, and it brings an extra layer to this movie when you can see the drive and the passion that this character has. And when you can see that through the actor's eyes, it brings something out of the audience, and it connects the audience deeper than you could have otherwise. I think one of the things that has stuck out to me the most since I watched this is actually some of the casting choices. Like, obviously you got Timothée Chalamet, you have Odessa Zion, who's a newcomer delivering a phenomenal performance in her role. Gwyneth Paltrow, the way her as an actress kind of plays into her role in this movie. You have Kevin O'Leary from Shark Tank. Like, that's a really interesting casting choice. There's just a lot of interesting stuff here. And for how fun and how wild and insane this movie is, the story is, I keep coming back to that emotional ending and how that ending speaks into the rest of the movie. And gosh, I need to watch this one too. Yeah, I just keep coming back to that ending and how it speaks into the character, how it motivates the rest of the story. It's interesting. And I love what Josh Safdie does here. I love what Timothée Chalamet does with this. It's great. I love it. It's amazing. Oh, Marty Supreme's so good. I want to say that my moving one battle after another below sentimental value is not indicative of this movie's quality at all, or honestly either of those movies' quality, because One Battle After Another is one of the best movies of the year, and it is deserving of winning Best Picture. It is phenomenal. It is so good. And, I feel like a lot of what can be said about this movie has already been said, and so I feel like I can't really contribute anything new to the conversation. I mean, the performances are phenomenal. The writing and directing are insane. They are so good. The editing of the year, in my opinion, it is fantastic. It is so good. It's just, there's so much to love about this movie. There's so much to enjoy, so much to unpack. It's fantastic. It's one of the best of the year. It deserves to be winning Best Picture. I love it. It's so good. It's so good. It's honestly one that I feel like I could come back to and watch all of the time. It's lighthearted. It's got the emotions, and it brings that out of you. It's fun, it's intense, it's action-packed, it's hilarious. It's just great. It's all you could really ask for in a great movie. So yeah, let's talk about this little switcheroo that I literally just thought to do like 5 to 10 minutes ago. You know what? Dadgummit, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm sorry. One Battle After Another. You're going number 3. Again, my moving of One Battle After Another in sentimental value is not indicative of either of those movies' qualities. They're both phenomenal movies, both 10 out of 10s. They're amazing. They're so good. They've both spoken to me and moved me in different ways. But sentimental value has hit me in a way that I kind of could see coming hearing about this movie as it was coming out, but it has stuck with me so much, particularly Renata Reinsva's performance. She delivers, I think, the best performance of the year, probably in the last few years even. She is so dadgum good in this movie. I love the way that this movie captures the family dynamic and the tension and the struggle and the conflict that often comes from just being a family, but also the drive to be closer as a family and to want to reconcile and to want to be one big happy family again. But especially with children that are now adults and have their own lives and have their own opinions and feelings on things, especially their upbringing, it makes that challenging. And I love the way that Joachim Trier addresses all of these things and attempts to tackle all these things. And I said this in my review, but I think Elle Fanning's character serves a really fascinating purpose in this movie, and the role that she plays as a character is really, really interesting. And I said this in my review, it could have been super, super generic. She could have been like the antagonist, the one that stirs up this conflict in this family and kind of gets into Stellan Skarsgård's head, but she's not. She serves a really different purpose, and I think the way that is done is so interesting. It brings a lot of complexity and nuance and subtlety to these performances, to these characters, to these relationships that they all share with each other. It's fascinating, and it has really stuck with me, and I think it's affected me and moved me more than One Battle After Another has. And so looking at my ranking that I've got right here, I was just like, I think I have to put Sentimental Value above One Battle After Another because of the way that it has moved me, the way that it is continually like breaking my heart and like making me feel for these characters and just love these characters. I couldn't help it. I felt like it had to be done. So I'm pulling the trigger on it. Sentimental Value, number 2, not only on this ranking, but also my 2025 as a whole. I just love Sentimental Value. It's so good. Everybody should watch it. It's phenomenal. It's so good. You know, any other year, Sentimental Value would be like the number 1 movie of the year for me. It's just that kind of movie. Unfortunately, Sinners came out this year. Listen, I can't help it. It's so good. It's unbelievable. It's transcendent. You know, it's what this movie. I can't. I'm at a loss for words. I'm at a genuine loss for words. And I could ramble on and on about this movie. And I just, in this moment, I cannot put my emotions to words about this movie. I think there is no other movie out there that is like it, that I've ever seen before. It is completely singular and unique, and it is so creative. It is so fascinating. It just fires me up. It fires me up about the future of movies, of what is possible in movies. And when you have voices out there like Ryan Coogler that are not only making these insane, creative, genre-bending movies, but are also bringing this level of cultural relevancy, it excites me. It excites me of what is possible in movies in the future, and it makes me excited. And you know, most of the movies that come out any given year are not very good, mid at best, and there's like a few that are like truly a cut above the rest and are truly like they give me hope of like, okay, there are still filmmakers out there making great things that are creative, and they are strong writers and they're strong directors and they're doing something creative and unique. And this movie was that for me. I just was so fired up, not just like that this is a movie that we're getting today, but that, man, imagine the possibilities of the movies that we can get in the years to come. It excites me. It fires me up. I think it's the movie of the year. I think it's everything, man. It's what movies are all about. It's creating something meaningful and impactful and entertaining and moving. And it's so fun. This is what I long for in movies. Sinners, Best movie of the year, in my opinion. It's so good, man. It's so good. And there you have it. That's my ranking of the Best Picture nominees. I really did not know that I was going to make a switch today. Sentimental Value stuck with me. It has really stuck with me. It is really powerful. And looking at that ranking, I couldn't help it. I needed to do it. So, again, put your thoughts down in the comments below. Let me know what you think about this year's Best Picture nominees. Love to hear your thoughts. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you all in the next one.